Yes, ready to learn? We'll go to our lesson number 13, Earth and the Solar System. I'll just show you the topic. Yes, this is the topic. Okay? Yes. Now, I showed you a video on the other day about the solar system, and you saw how the solar system works and how planets are there, how they go around the sun in their orbit, as you can see here. See the orbit? Yes, this white color rounds around the sun are the orbit in which the planets they move. Okay, some of the planets they do have what do you call moons, their own satellites. Okay, as Earth has got moon, so also some planets they do have. We saw it that day. Now I want to tell you that the Milky Way is a very, very big and a huge thing. Okay, there are many solar system like our system. There are many constellation of stars in that. Like the sky is like it is totally spread out with stars. The stars are very big, okay? Sun is also a star, okay? And stars are even bigger than the Earth. Sun itself is very bigger. Many times it's bigger than the Earth. And if you go to see the stars, they are very big. And stars, they have their own light. So we, a very small speck in the whole universe. Our solar system is a speck. And then I'll just show you, I think they have marked it. Just 1 minute. No, they have not shown it. I'll show you. Our solar system is a speck in the Milky Way. And then the whole system comes to be a speck. And what about the Earth? Earth will be a little atom over there. And what will be human beings? Just we are nothing. So man should never be proud of himself because we are nothing in this universe. But still, one thing is there for sure. Why we are precious and why we are VIPs, okay? Why? Because you are loved by God. God loves you and me. And that makes the difference that one single person is more important to God than the whole universe. Okay? God will do anything to help you. When you go to ask help from God, He will do anything. He can even bring down the star for you. He can use each grain of the sand on the seashore for you. Yes, that makes the difference. Otherwise, there's nothing to be proud of. Okay, so I'll tell you something. Then my daughter was studying in 10th standard in Tuticorin, okay? So two people, husband and wife, they were from Tuticorin, but they were scientists in NASA. Wow. You know what is NASA? NASA, NASA. It's an American Space Research Center. Okay, from there only they launch the satellites and send rockets and all that. Okay, it's a very big center. You know that, Murali? Very good. So both of them, husband and wife, they were working there. So once they came to Tuticorin on a holiday, so the principal of my daughter's school invited them, please come and talk with our students. So they both came with a lot of PowerPoints. They came and they showed to the children and told them, children, this is how is the Milky Way, this is what is the solar system, and this is the Earth, and these are the human beings. And when they went on zooming, and when they came to Earth, nothing it was. Then they told children, don't be proud of yourself. Okay, proud in a sense, you have to be like parents say, I'm proud of my child. Okay, that is a different thing. But then you say, I have this, I have that, you don't have that, so I feel very proud. That is what is not right. So they said, we are nothing. In the whole universe, man is nothing. He's just like a dust, not even a dust, you can say. Can you just imagine? But you are of great importance because God has set his love on you. Okay? So God loves you like he loved nobody else. He never loved anyone else like human beings. So that is what makes it. So let this be in your mind when you are going through this lesson, that in this great, great big universe, I'm nothing, but still I'm a VIP because my God loves me. Okay? So he has created everything for you and me just to show that he loves us. So now let's see about the universe. Okay? It's a quite, maybe it is a new word to some of you, but then universe. So what happened in 1927, there was an astronomer called George Lemaître. So what did he do? Said that a very long time ago, the universe started as just a single point. And then he said that he also added that the universe then stretched and expanded, and it's keep expanding. That was his theory. There was another astronomer called Edwin Hubble. I've told you all this, but then I just want to revise it, okay? Edwin Hubble, who also said that the furthest galaxies were moving faster and faster. So the universe is expanding every time. Okay, so these were their theories. So the universe began, they say, about 13.8 million years ago, long, long ago. Okay, and then they say that there was a big bang theory, or atoms, they crushed into each other, they broke, and some of them stuck together, and then only these stars and planets were formed. So that is scientific way of thinking. But what we as Indians, we believe more in the scripture, we are more religious, and we believe that God created everything. Okay, so it's up to you what you want to believe in. Okay, so now comes the stars. There is something for you. It's written, did you know? A star that is about the size of the sun usually burns for about 1 billion years. Much bigger stars tend to burn up their gas for more quickly. They might last only 100,000 years. The small stars remain cooler, and they may survive for 50 million years. So it depends on how much the star is burning up its gas, its heat it's giving out. So all these things make the star, determines the age of that star. And what they want to say is that a point comes when the star bursts totally and is destroyed. That's what they are saying. Okay, they have a lifespan. So these are called the celestial bodies. The stars are called the celestial bodies. They are luminous. So you as a child would have studied one poem, right? Can you tell me what is that poem about? Rhyme. I'm not saying poem, so I'm sorry. It's a rhyme about stars. What is that rhyme? Fast. You don't remember the rhyme? Nobody knows the rhyme about stars. In your twinkle, twinkle, little star, Advika, good. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. So why does the star twinkle? Actually, it doesn't twinkle, okay? It emits light, but it doesn't twinkle because our atmosphere is totally full of dust particles, okay? So when we see it's very far, how many of you have seen through a telescope? If you have been to Kodaikanal, there is a telescope there. Maybe to some other science centers you might have gone. Yes, Murali, you have seen it? Good. So I went to Kodaikanal and I saw through the telescope a far off dam, okay? Okay, so if you see through that, powerful telescopes are there through which you can see the stars. Otherwise, with the naked eye, when we see, because there are dust particles, they make the light that is coming from the stars like as if it is twinkling. You can see even in your lights and all at home. If something is there in between, you'll feel that the light is twinkling. Okay, so that is what makes them twinkle, and they are called celestial bodies. And these includes, like, these celestial bodies are stars, planets, satellites, okay, asteroids. What are asteroids? We call it like big pieces, mass pieces that break off and they fall. Okay, and also comets. When I was in 9th standard, I saw Halley's Comet. Okay, we were, my daddy was in a military camp in a very remote area. So the place was totally open all around. So when the sun rises, I could see it. I think I saw it nearly more than a week. Every day morning, 5 o'clock, I'll get up and go outside the house from my garden. I could see the Halley's Comet, long tail and a comet. Comet comes sometimes once in 100 years, 50 years, like that, okay? So comets are there. They are just like a group of star or something. They cross our Earth at certain point. Okay. Meteorites are also those burning pieces of this stars. They fall through, when they fall through the atmosphere, they burn, and we call them falling stars. Okay. Sometimes they are very heavy also. They cause destruction. Otherwise, they are small, they fall inside the ocean. Okay. So some of the celestial bodies are self-luminous, means they can shine by themselves. Okay. Like Earth doesn't have the light of its own. We don't have. So when sunrise is not there, we'll not have light. Okay. Moon also gets the light from others. It doesn't have the light of its own. Okay. Heat also like that. We also get heat from the sun. So those who have their own light, they are stars. Okay. The sun is our nearest star. It is called the Proxima Centauri, 4.24 light years away. So in the space, we measure the distance by light years. On the Earth, we measure the distance by what? How do you measure? Like from here to Madurai or to Chennai. How you will say? How far it is? Like in what terms you will say the distance? Yes. Kilometers. Very good, Jolin. Very good. Good, Nathaniel. Kilometers. Okay. In water? In water? How do you measure? We don't have kilometers in water. I was telling you the other day. Yes. How do you do it in water? It's called nautical miles. Okay. It's called nautical miles. And here in space, it is light years. Okay. So the sun is 4.24 light years away from the Earth. Okay. The second nearest star from the Earth is Sirius, the brightest star in the Earth's night sky. Some of them, when it is dark, you can see some stars will be very bright. So some are called pole stars, some are called the Sirius. Okay. Stars are formed when clouds of gas and dust, nebula, collapse under the force of gravity. The gas heats up and begins to glow. So that's what is their definition of how the stars are formed. All the broken up parts, the gas and everything, they get together and they form the stars. Okay? So we saw universe, we saw stars. Now we are going to see galaxies. Okay? What is galaxy? A group or the cluster of stars forms a galaxy. The universe has a countless number of galaxies, lots and lots of galaxies we have. The Milky Way galaxy or the Akshaganga is a spiral galaxy containing millions of stars, planets, and other celestial bodies. Okay, cubic meter and all is in water, measurement of water. I'm asking speed. Okay, ma? Okay, Sirius is also called Nile star. Okay. So these celestial bodies, from the side, the galaxy looks like an egg that is flat but has a thicker yolk at the center. So can you see the Earth also is like that? Huh? It looks like an egg. Yeah. Our solar system here, is thicker at the center. Where did that picture go? Here. See, it's like an egg's yolk in the center, and it looks like this side picture. Okay, it looks like a egg that is flattened. Okay, and has got a yolk in the center. So what happens is that from the side, the galaxy looks like that. Our solar system is located in one of the 4 arms spiraling outward from the center of this galaxy. So the galaxy also has the same look, and it also is thicker. It is thicker in the center, and it seems to be very, very thin all around. Okay, so this universe, there are stars and there are galaxies. Okay, so anybody has got any doubt about this? Before I go to the next point, I want to know if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Oh, you saw the Earth from the satellite. Which satellite you saw? That's so nice. On YouTube. Okay, Jalin, that's very good. Yes. You should always take the help of your parents and go and visit all these sites and learn more about it. Okay, that's very nice. Good. Anybody else? Any doubts? Good children. Very good. Class 6 standard. Yes. Okay. No doubts. Okay. Shall we go to the next one? That is called the solar system. Okay. Thank you. Casilda. Murali, okay, you saw in Google satellite. Okay. Jotam, yes, thank you, Anushri. Okay, let's go to the next one. The solar system. The sun is in the center, and it's the largest body in the solar system. It's very big, very huge, okay? Which consists of 8 planets and their moons, their satellites, okay? And smaller astronomical objects such as asteroids and comets the solar system has. The solar system was formed about 4.6 billion years ago. This is all human calculation, okay? Exactly, nobody can. Shri, please, okay, pay attention to the class. So, we cannot make sure of all these things, the years, okay? But then a rough calculation that the scientists have made. The sun is a medium-sized star, which is about 150 million kilometers away from the Earth. It is mainly composed of hydrogen and helium. These are the 2 gases. They are highly flammable, okay? They take to fire very fast. And the surface temperature is 10,000 degrees Celsius. Inside the sun, the temperature is 15 million degrees centigrade. Oh my God. We are not able to bear above 30 here in Trichy, okay? If the temperature goes above 30 to 40, we are not able to survive at all. And here, see, it is 10,000 degrees. It's absolutely hot, okay? The disk of the sun is called a photosphere. It is a major source of energy for our solar system. On the top, it gives out light and heat. Okay. There are some harmful rays that come from the sun, which harms us. Can you tell me what is that harmful rays? There are many useful rays also, but there are some harmful. As I was telling you, must have seen mothers and grandmothers taking the little baby to the sun in the early morning, fresh light, sunlight fall on the baby so that the baby's skin gets the vitamins necessary. Okay, so some rays are good, but some rays are harmful. Can you name that harmful ray, what it is? Yes, anyone? I think I told you in the class. UV rays, okay, very good. UV, okay. Ultraviolet rays. These rays are not good, okay? They harm our skin. So in Australia, above Australia and all, the ozone layer is torn. So God has kept ozone layer around the earth so that it protects the earth from these UV rays. It cannot come inside. But over Australia, it was torn. Now they are trying to mend it. They have done also to some extent. These rays come inside and they spoil the skin of human beings. Okay. So the 8 planets are bound to the sun by gravitational force. What is gravitational force? I take this pen, I leave it, it falls to the ground. I take this pen, I leave it, it falls to the ground. That fan you see at the back of me, it is fixed. But when the screw is removed, it will fall down. Okay, why? Because of the gravitational force of the earth. Earth, as a magnetic force, it has got the capacity of pulling down everything to itself. But it's not there in the space. What happens is that because of this gravitational force, these planets, they are around the sun and they are moving. Okay, if you have seen the magnet, you will know how it works. Okay, so the gravitational force makes the thing go around the sun. Okay, they go around the sun in an elliptical path that is called orbit. Okay, all planets have 2 motion, rotation, revolution. I told you the other day. Rotation is like when they move on there, like this thing you have, it keeps moving like this. Okay, it keeps moving. It is rotation. It is rotation. Okay. When it is moving like this, and there is a sun in the center, and it's moving, rotating, and also it is going around the sun. This is called revolution. Okay, going around it is called revolution. So these 2 motions are there in the planets. Because of rotation, day and night happens, and because of revolution, seasons change on Earth. Okay, summer, winter, autumn, and spring, all the season, rainy season, all change because of the revolution of the Earth. Okay, this much you understood. So we got universe, got stars, galaxies, solar system. Now let's go to, okay, revolution takes 360. No, it's not revolution. Sorry. Rotation takes 24 hours, it goes around its axis. Revolution takes 365 and 1/4 day. Okay, so it goes around the sun. Thank you very much. That was very good. Correct. Yes. Then comes the planets. Okay, so the planets are celestial bodies and they move in the orbit that they have. We have Mercury, Venus, I'll show you. Here it is. All the 8 planets we have. Okay, so I'll call out their names. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Pluto is no more. Okay, are the 8 planets of our solar system. To remember the names of the planet in the correct order of their distance from the sun, there is something given to you. You may use the following memory or create your own. Many volcanoes erupt. Mulberry, I am sandwiches until noon. Jam sandwiches until noon. Okay. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. That's very good. Okay. So I'll just read it out. Many volcanoes erupt. Mulberry jam sandwiches until noon. Okay, so that's right. In maths also they'll give you some things like this so that you can remember the formulas. Okay. Now one thing more, did you know? Our own star, the sun, has reached the 3rd stage of a star's life. It will continue to use up to its gases for another 5 billion years. So the sun also has come to the 3rd stage, they say, as we are going to go through this third wave like that. The third stage for the sun has come. So this is all about planets. Okay, children. Now we are going to see a bedrock under Earth, so there is no lava. Oh, is it like that? Well, I know that the center, the core of the Earth is totally liquid, everything, semi-liquid, you can say, metals and rocks and everything is in a liquid form, or you can call it in a lava form, okay? Very, very hot. My voice is low. My volume is full. Can you please check your device? Yes? Okay. Pluto and the dwarf planet. Pluto, the dwarf planet. Dwarf means short. Have you seen dwarf people? Have you seen people who are dwarf? Oh, your volume is full. Then I don't know. I'm talking loud. Everyone, you can hear me clearly, right? Anyone who is not able to hear me? Shri is saying, yeah, you can hear me. Okay. Okay. So, Pluto is the dwarf planet. And I was asking you, have you ever seen dwarf person? Dwarf. Okay. Okay, Aisha. Good. Good, Jatam. Thank you. Yes, now come to the point. Have you seen dwarf people? D-W-A-R-F. Dwarf people. Have you seen them? Okay. Okay, Kavinsa. Okay. They will be short. Advika, good. They will be short. Sometimes very short. Okay, dwarf people. They are not of normal height. Normal height of a human being is like 4.5 to 5. That is normal. Above that, they can go even 6 or sometimes 6.5, whatever it is. But then dwarf person are even smaller than that. Okay, you have not seen Jason. Dwarf people, short people. You have not seen short people. Yeah, they'll be very short. Okay. And all their growths will be stunted. Okay. Hands, legs, head, everything. Okay. So this planet is called a dwarf planet because it doesn't have the proper weight of a planet. Pluto was earlier considered as the 9th planet, but in August 2006, the International Astronomical Union, after a meeting held in Prague, declared that Pluto was not a planet. It was classified as a dwarf planet. It lies in the Kuiper belt, a region beyond the orbit of Neptune, containing comet and other small bodies made of ice. Okay, you don't know about the dwarf people? Okay, I'll try to show you pictures of dwarf people, okay? So I'll get some pictures and I'll show you the dwarf people. They're very short. And what happened to this planet? Because it was beyond Neptune. Okay, here is Neptune. So I'll show you. See, Sun and all the planets, 8. Here comes Neptune, and beyond Neptune was Pluto. And there only where Pluto was, there were some particles made of ice and some asteroids and other things were there in the outer place of the solar system. So now they stopped considering Pluto as a planet. Okay, so sad, no? This poor fellow, yes, lost his degree as a planet. Okay. Then, one thing they want you to know. We have 2 more minutes. Did you know? I'll just read it for you. The 4 small inner planets closest to the sun are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. They are called the terrestrial planets because they have solid rocky surface. Earth is a terrestrial planet made up of rocks and metal. You must have studied about terrestrial animals when you were in lower classes. Have you studied about terrestrial animals? Animals that live on land. Okay, so these planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, they were called the terrestrial planets because they have a lot of rocks. Okay, has anyone gone on climbing a hill or climbing rocks, rock climbing? Have you done that? Even in schools, we have no rock climbing sites for children. Yes. Okay. So they feel very hard and like sometimes you go to some hilly area and you'll find a small boulder and above that a big huge rock is resting. Okay, and if you remove that, I think the whole rock will fall down. So all these things, it's all very natural. You should go and see. You have lots of rocks around here in Trichy. You can ask your parents to take you to Malakottai and nearby places, and you can see the rocks how they stand. They are called terrestrial. So these 4 planets are also called terrestrial. 4 outer planets beyond the orbit of Mars are called gas giants. They are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So after Mars, whatever the planets are, they are called gas giants. Okay, they do not have this terrestrial body. They have mostly has everything on the gaseous form. Okay? So these are the 2 divisions of planets. Do you understand? One is terrestrial and the other is gas giants. Okay. Can you hear me? Like some of them are saying that they're not able to hear me. Anyway, this much we have studied today. Please learn it. I'll come to you with your PPT and your material also. I'll give you. Okay. We have still the lesson. We have to finish nearly 1.5 page more. So, okay, children, thank you.